Hey, my friends. So you thought this was it, the opportunity, the relationship, the dream you've been chasing, but then nothing. The door stays closed. So what now? Do you force your way through, or is God trying to redirect you? Well, today we're going to be talking about the tension between our plans and God's purpose, and how to know when it's time to let go. There's a powerful scripture that speaks directly to this, so let's dive in. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." It's like a GPS. You can type in the destination, but if there's construction ahead, detours or roadblocks, the GPS will reroute you. You could ignore it and take your own path, but chances are you're going to hit traffic or end up lost. Well, God is our ultimate GPS. He sees the road ahead and he redirects us. God's plans are greater than ours. One of the most quoted scriptures, and one of my favorites, is Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Now, imagine a child on the beach building a sandcastle. He gets it all done and he's really proud of it. But then his dad comes along, shows him a picture and says, "I have something even better." And the picture is a beautiful house with a strong foundation. It's got electricity, running water, landscaping. It's beautiful. Now the child hesitates because he loves a sandcastle. But what he doesn't realize is that the house that his father is showing him in the photo is going to last far beyond the tide. And that's how we are sometimes with God. We hold on to those sandcastle dreams when he's got something far greater in store for us. There's an example in Scripture of Jesus surrendering to the Father. And Jesus models this in Luke 22:42 when he prayed, "Father, if you're willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." If you know Scripture, you know where this Scripture was taken from and the point in Jesus' life. It was Jesus' most pivotal moment. It was the time in history in which he was sent to do. Jesus still surrendered to the Father's will. He could have easily called a timeout. He could have refused the plan of the Father and avoided the torture and the humiliation and the suffering, but he knew God's plan, and he left that plan in the hands of the Father. Now, if he trusted God so deeply, shouldn't we? How do we align our goals with God's plan? First, seek God. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Imagine if you've got a big 2,000-piece puzzle. If you've ever done a puzzle, imagine doing that without looking at the picture on the box. You have no idea what it's going to look like. You're likely going to give up after a while and get frustrated. But when you're able to focus on the big picture, the full image, suddenly it makes sense, right? Well, seeking God first is like looking at the box before placing the puzzle pieces. God already knows the final image, and when we seek him, he helps us to put the right pieces in at the right time. Second, we have to be willing to surrender. This is a tough one. But Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all things, in all ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight." Now, I'm going to ask you something that some of you may have a pet peeve about. Have you ever experienced a backseat driver? Someone in the car who's constantly telling you how to drive or where to turn, even if they don't know the route? It's annoying, right? Well, sometimes we do the same thing with God. We tell him how we want our life to be instead of letting him drive. Or we make our own plans and ask God to come along and bless it. But here's the truth. God's the one who sees the full map. And when we surrender and let him take the wheel, we end up exactly where we're supposed to be. Third, we need to walk in obedience. James 1:22 says, Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. If you're like me and you love sports, imagine a coach that gives his team and a specific athlete the game plan, but instead of following it, this one player does his own thing. He ignores the strategy, he takes risky shots, and doesn't pass the ball to anybody on the team. What happens? Probably the team loses. Well, God's given us a game plan in his word. And if we only hear what it says and we don't follow it, we're setting ourselves up for failure. Obedience is the key to success in God's plan. In closing, we want to align our goals with God's plan. And I've found that even if I don't think I like God's plan from the start, if I'm following it, all of a sudden, God's plans become my plans. We experience peace and purpose and true fulfillment because we're walking in the plan that he created for us. So let me ask you this. Are your goals aligned with God's will, or are you chasing your own path? If you're unsure, take some time today to pray and reflect and just surrender it all to God. Hey, if this message encouraged you, don't forget to like it, subscribe it, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep seeking God's will because his plan is way better. Take care, and God bless.